2, 3, go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of It Depends, a Guest podcast. I'm Jackie.
I'm Caroline.
And at the back, we have
DJ.
Woo!
Yay. Welcome back to another episode.
Yes.
Um,
We've lost count.
yes.
Which episode we are?
Episode 5.
Okay,
all right,
episode
that's where
5
we are.
of season 2.
It is hot, folks. It's hot.
Today it is hot.
Yes,
Yes,
it
yes,
is
yes.
killing us. But, we wanted summer. It is here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Can't complain.
You wanted to. The heat is now here. The rain is gone. It's really hot.
It is.
Now you guys can enjoy it.
Let me
Yeah.
check how many degrees we have right now.
It's at least 30.
32.
Oh, yes.
And can we also just say that Swiss houses do not have AC?
No, they were built
Yeah.
for the cold.
They were built for the cold. A lot of insulation. So we
Yeah.
are busy baking in here. Nice and toasty.
Nice and toasty.
Yes.
Just how we like it. Oh, Jesus. Also, I have a stiff neck. And I moved. Oh, my God. Anyway. Yeah, today is the day I should have worn my Fortitis t-shirt.
Yeah.
Let's start with the usual. How's your week been? Anything that's caught your mind? Anything we should discuss?
I think we should discuss the Olympics.
Yes.
The
It just ended, yeah.
They just ended yesterday. Was it yesterday on
Yes,
Sunday?
today was the closing ceremony, yeah.
Yes. Good goal, Kenyans, actually.
I mean, air horns.
Air horns for Kenyans.
I know Zimbabwe doesn't want to give us air horns, but give us. Our athletes did an amazing job.
Yes.
Yes.
We took home 11 medals, if I'm not wrong.
I
and
think so.
we are top of the African table.
Yes.
Yes.
And overall table, we were
Yeah.
number 17
Uh-huh.
globally.
Yeah.
Now, consider that we only started participating in the last 3 days.
Yes.
All this synchronized swimming and
Yes.
we none of that.
You know,
it's just
something I learned about the Olympics
Yeah.
is that netball is not an Olympic game.
Oh, netball is not?
Apparently
Oh,
not.
but break dancing is?
Break dancing is, and
Shocking. Shocking.
I'm laughing because I don't know if anyone watched the breakdancing competition and our new internet sensation, Reagan, the Rachel Gunn from Australia.
I thought she was talented. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I saw real raw talent there.
The
That it
one
all
part you
kangaroo
are right
hops.
about there is raw. That is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Actually, because I saw it trending, but I wasn't sure what was happening.
Yeah.
Because I saw, the videos people make where they strip away the music.
Yeah.
And then it's a sound like a squeaking sound as
Yeah.
if you're dancing with sneakers on like a basketball court.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure what was happening. I was like, why is this trending? Like, why am I seeing somebody just jumping
Yeah.
around? And
Yeah.
then I saw that. So I went and I was like, and I'm like, why is this trending? Then to figure out that actually it was the breaking competition. I was
Yes.
like,
She actually has a PhD in culture and I think breakdance and culture.
oh my God.
Yes. Most of Australians are like, we don't know her. But apparently, there was, when they were doing the qualifiers in that area, the Oceania area,
region,
the New Zealand and Australia, there were other breakdance competitions going on. So they ended up like getting few competitors for the qualifiers.
Because people were in the proper,
Yeah.
whatever, if like in the breakdancing world.
Yes.
Most of the really good people were in that.
They were in other competitions or in
okay.
other activities,
Okay.
so they never made it to the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's why
Yeah.
she was the representation. But the best take I saw somebody say is, at what point did her friends go like, oh, you have your friends who keep cheering, oh, you go girl, you love breakdancing, look at you, do your thing. At what point did her friends go like, you're sure you're going to the Olympics?
No, but then here's what if they thought that's amazing?
Yes.
That's even scarier than that either.
Yeah.
That idea. Imagine if they woke up and says, wow.
Wow.
That is
Great
the greatest
stuff.
thing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So yeah, she's now an internet sensation, and
but I
do
was
love.
curious, where were there any African countries participating in breaking?
We're too busy.
busy.
We are trying to win other serious things that we've put years of effort into.
But this is, I think, as African region or sub-Saharan
Yes.
Africa, we need to come together and sit down and look at what are all the sports that are happening in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And we agree we should have at least 4 countries.
Yes.
Forget track and field. We are good there. In the other side, we
Yes.
should just agree and make sure that we have at least 5 countries are represented
In any
in any competition, if fencing. Let us put people there.
Yeah.
Like we just need to. I think we're really not exploring our potential.
we probably have a lot of potential there.
We are. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
My takeaway from this lady, the breaker from Australia, is I think that's a good, I don't know, lesson or view in life in terms of just live your life shamelessly.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
maybe people have told her like, nah, that ain't it. But she's just like, I'm passionate about this thing. And she was on the largest stage, if you
Yes.
may, for where the world was watching. There's a reason why she's a sensation.
And she came up with new moves, like
Yeah.
those kangaroo hops,
The hops,
never seen before.
I tell you. So I think it's a lesson in life. Just do whatever you want, even if people tell you
Yeah.
you ain't shit.
Yeah, it will get you to.
It will get you somewhere.
Yeah. I do say, like, for me, I don't want to say the audacity, but I believe the fact that she believed in herself to get up to there, and she felt like what she had was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
So big up to her
Yeah.
for getting there and being like, I'll do my thing, whether
Yeah.
you like it or not.
Yeah.
Kangaroo hops.
Apart from our breaking breakout star, what other things stood out to you in the Olympics in general?
Elliot. He
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
he had to.
I would love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that man has done amazing
has
things.
done,
So
yeah.
sometimes I feel bad for athletes in that, yes, I get it's the Olympics and you're there representing your nation.
Yeah.
But also it's your individual hard-earned talent,
Yeah.
right? When you're running 5 times a day, we are not there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I feel bad that, yes, he wanted to be able to win again, but that he wasn't able to.
Yeah.
That's okay. I feel bad when athletes have to like put out a statement and like apologize. It's like, no,
Yeah.
that's your individual hard-earned sweat.
Yeah. And he had really worked hard on this. And I don't know if you saw his post on Instagram.
I did.
Yeah, I felt it was touching because
Yeah.
I know he had put in a lot of
He
work.
did.
Yeah.
And I was really mad because there's people who talked so much shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I bet you can't even
Run a mile.
Yeah.
A kilometer to keep up with, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And he's put in so many years into this.
And he's also like a really nice, humble
yes.
man, and just
Yes.
he loves running.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was unfortunate that he had that was maybe because I think maybe he was looking to retire after that.
Yeah.
But still, he's a gentleman through and through,
Yeah,
right? He's
yeah.
changed the world. When people think marathons, you think
Of
Eliud, like
yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it was amazing that he could still be at the stage at the
Yeah.
age that he is.
Yeah.
And
How old is he? 37 or
I
38
have
now?
no clue.
Yeah.
But I know he's not the because athletes at certain sports take so much out of you. People
Yeah.
retire younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, but
he is the GOAT.
He truly
is the
is. He
greatest
truly is.
one of them all.
my standout moments were let me see. No, first I was really proud that Omanyala, I think, made it to the semis. I think that was dope. So hopefully he keeps going and he's able to,
Get all the way to the finals.
and did he make it to the finals? Or only made it to the semis?
I didn't watch that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think. But my standouts were what's her name? Alfred,
Okay.
the lady from St. Lucia who
Okay.
won the 100 meters. Damn. Hey, that girl ran for her life. And there was a gap.
Yeah.
And amazing. That was really dope. Shakari came second, which I thought was amazing because last Olympics she couldn't. She was a big in the news because last Olympics she couldn't make it. But yeah, so and again, as people talking smack about her coming second, I'm like, she's second.
Yeah.
Like, she's the second fastest runner in the world.
Yeah.
In 100 meters, like that's saying a lot.
But what do you normally track like how many seconds they do for the 100 meters?
I think they do 9 point something.
something.
Yeah, that's a race that you blink and it's there. It's done.
It's like, pshop.
Yeah. So that was standout. Tebogo, let's say Tebogo from Botswana.
No, I didn't watch.
He won the 200 meters, so beat Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
After he was beaten, said, "Oh, I have COVID." Sir.
Yeah, guys, you guys need to be more sympathetic. COVID is still out there. And
It is. But then, if he knew he had COVID, at the end of the race, he went and hugged the other runners, right?
Yeah.
So if you truly know that you have COVID, then finish the race and exit.
You should not even be in the track. You should not even be in the
That's
village.
what I'm surprised what the COVID protocol
Yeah.
was.
I saw him on Instagram the night that they won.
Yeah.
He was in the club.
Oh yeah, COVID.
Guys.
COVID is was no longer a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tobacco won. Oh, that was my god, so happy. They were only 21. I think Botswana got a half the holiday to party because of that. And then in the 400 meters, they came second.
Yeah.
And he was 400 relays, 4x400. He was the anchor, like the last one. Let me tell you, he chased down that American.
Yeah.
He's a 200-meter runner.
Yeah.
But in that 400 meters, he chased that American down.
Yeah.
If it was 5 more meters, he would have caught him. So Botswana got a silver in 4x400 men. Like that kid.
Where are they on their rankings in the?
They only got 2 medals. So the 4x400 meters men and the 200 meters. And he's only 21.
Okay.
Only 21. So that was really dope. Faith, as usual.
Keep you going.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Superstar.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She broke her record.
The Olympic record, for
'cause
1500.
Yeah. She's also had 3 consecutive wins.
Yes, in this. Yeah.
The last Olympics.
And she was pushed in the 5,000 by that.
From was it Ethiopia? or
Ethiopian,
Eritrea?
who came last in the 1500. I was like, yes.
Apparently, that's something that she does a lot.
She's done, but why is she allowed to participate if she's done this before?
Yeah. I found that but it's good the appeal was quick and gone. And
she was able to get her medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so dope. There's this, what's her name? Forgot her name. She's an American lady in the 400 meters hurdle or 200. This lady is a beast.
Yeah. She
beat her own record again.
Yeah.
Like when she's running, she's not running against the other players. She's running against time. You guys do you. Yeah, she broke her record again. I think her and Faith have been watching them because every of these Diamond Leagues, they've been beating their own record, beating the world record. So I was hoping Faith also beats the world record again on this one. But no, she will only beat the Olympic record.
Yeah.
But this chick, I forgot her name, and she was also in the 4x400 for the US team. But yeah, so terrible. I'll find her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that chick is a beast. But yeah, no, we left with the 17th overall. In the athletics table, we were second.
Oh, yes. In the African table, we were number one.
Yes,
Kenyans.
Giants of Africa, some people left with none.
I was looking to see Nigeria didn't get a medal
None.
at all. And also, Uganda, those Ugandans who are representing the country, Uganda, those names were a bit suspicious. To me, they were very Kenyan names.
I mean, if we were to count in totality,
yes,
the Kenyans were more. Yeah. Because there's one race, was it the 800 meters?
Yeah.
Or I can't remember which one. I was like, the guy in front was a Kenyan. Then the other guy, I think he was called Arop or something. The guy is tall, so he was coming up. So I'm cheering. I'm like, yes. So Kenya can have first, second. So a guy finished second. I was like, oh, Kenya finished with 2 medals.
Yeah.
And I went and checked. He's running for Canada. I was like, why was I cheering for this
All
guy?
the Kenyans who participated for different countries.
For different countries, we support you.
We
all.
support you all.
all.
Yeah.
And all the, all the black people. It was clear your Black Olympics.
Yeah.
Good job, black people.
I saw the Olympian from Ireland, the black girl from
Yeah,
Ireland.
Adeleke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What game?
She's
what
in
track was
400 meters, I think. She's
Okay.
a 400 meters, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She came fourth, I think.
Yeah.
And then also in the 4x400,
Yeah.
she was a third leg, I think. And she really brought Ireland back to like now second position. And then they kind of lost. They also finished fourth in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's one to watch.
Well,
One
yeah.
to watch, yeah.
One to watch.
Then there was the scandal of the Algerian chick, who the Italian. Did we mention that here? The Italian. She was boxing against Italian.
She got
She
one.
won. She won gold. Yeah.
The first punch, she admitted that was the hardest punch she's ever.
That
Then
Italian
the
girl was like,
second
"I've never been
punch,
punched so hard
she
before."
then agreed that listen, this is not a fight that I'm.
Yeah. She absconded the game.
Yeah. She just stopped. She says,
She stopped
no, this is
and
not.
said, that she's like basically trying to say that the lady is transgender.
Yeah.
That she's like fighting a man.
Is she the one who I saw a cartoon of her being so tiny and another big,
No, she
yeah.
is big. Sorry.
The chick, yeah, she's
Yeah,
tall.
she
she's
is
a tall
tall,
chick.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a big chick.
Yeah.
But the woman, she's a female.
Yeah.
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Born woman, being like, she's a woman.
She was expecting to get those tappy punches.
Yeah.
It's
no.
boxing. What were you expecting?
What do you expect? I
What-
bring all my might.
Yeah.
A good
I
friend
remember-
of mine said it was too much.
Yeah,
It was-
a friend
she
was
couldn't
like,
have. She shouldn't have been hitting her that
why
hard.
did she hit her? I'm like, it's boxing. Isn't your goal to hit the other person so
don't
hard
measure.
that they go down?
Yeah. you
Yeah.
don't
So
measure.
then now when it went, and the internet is terrible for this, because then she made that statement was like that it was so hard, I guess, like almost like she was punched by whatever she said, and the internet took it to be like, oh, this transgender Algerian
Yeah.
is, and it caught so much wildfire, and folks, Olympics committee had to be like, no, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Where is this whole transgender thing come from?
Yeah.
Then later now the Italian girl like apologized, said, oh, I didn't know it would go like this. I'm sorry. If I see her, I'll hug her. Well, like, go to hell. What do you mean? You already put something out there. This girl, like, it's a really, I don't know.
Is she the one who was crying during a news? Did she cry at some point?
The Algerian,
Yeah, the one who was getting punched.
the one who was getting the Italian.
Yeah.
Oh, she cried?
She cried, yeah.
She's the one who was crying.
During, before, and after. No. She had never experienced such a. There was it reminds me of one instance when I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
And then I got hit with something. Something just fell from. I was walking past a construction site. It hit me on the head.
Yeah.
So you look around with that discovery. So the first punch that woman received, she wasn't sure. She wasn't 100% sure that that was a very hard punch.
Yeah.
I might be able to bear the next one because it might not be as hard.
Yeah.
She took the second one. She tapped out. That's
She
it.
said, nah, I'm
done.
good. I'm good.
I did see a press conference interview where there was a woman crying and there were some tears there and a lot of takes about why the crying was there. But yeah, if it was that hard.
Yeah, no.
definitely.
No.
Yeah, but then the
Oh.
Algerian ended up winning the gold. So that was so dope.
What confused me is like she compared it to being hit by a man.
Yeah.
So I
that's
was
where
like-
the rumors now kicked off
Uh-huh.
of she's a transgender.
So I was like, have you been hit by a man before? Why would you think
That's a good question. Actually.
like if you know what a man's punch feels like,
Yeah.
then you'll relate very easily. So
Yeah.
maybe she was thinking back to some incidents.
And she said,
previously.
no, this
Said,
trauma ain't worth it.
This feels familiar.
Yeah.
I can't.
Traumatic.
Yeah,
PTSD.
but shame on her for saying that but also, I mean, there was a session in our group chat. It's always pissed me off that this thing is always directed towards women of color. It's been said about. I remember the first time was she was from Mozambique. She's called Maria Mutola, 800 meters. Oh, and Mutola was not winning in the beginning. When she started winning, they're like, no.
Yeah.
This she should be tested. Is she really a woman? Caster Semenya went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Even Serena Williams
Yeah.
were called the same names. It's always women of color. Like it's annoying to me. And again, it's fucking lazy.
Yeah.
These racist assholes. Find something new to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you see, because you black people, you want to come here and dominate. Come and participate like everyone else.
But that's
You
us
want to come
participating.
here. Yeah, no, but you are winning. That's too much.
But it
And winning
tracks, right?
ridiculously as well.
But it tracks.
That Usain Bolt record, has it ever still been
No,
broken?
not
He's still
yet.
the one who's holding
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Jesus.
Why
Bolt.
did the
Yeah.
did the white people come to get Africans to be slaves?
Because you're the hardest workers.
Genetically,
but genetically-
we're built.
Yeah,
strong.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
But Mexicans are out here, though. Are not comparable.
Not
Nah.
comparable. The muscle percentage, the height,
they crossed continents to come
Yeah.
collect slaves. Isn't Mexico right next door?
and
That's true.
genetically
That's
as
true.
well in terms of diseases you can have.
Yeah. That's true.
That's true.
We're discussing doctors here saying that there's a lot of doctors here do some of the internships in African countries.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, it's really great because they see diseases they've never seen before. Like,
Yeah, they
tropical-
actually sent
yeah.
to
Yeah.
some of the very tropical areas
Yeah.
for them to actually acclimatize with what they're reading in the books.
Yeah.
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 I watched a movie yesterday, and then this woman wanted to adopt a child. And she said she wanted to adopt
I want to adopt
an alpha.
an alpha child
Alpha
who's
child.
got athletic prowess.
Yeah.
And then in the end, she said,
Of
preferably black.
Preferably African
African-American.
American. And she was adamant that this is all that will work for me because she's looked at the track record and said that, listen, I love my people, but they can't match to, you know.
That's like,
You know, she's seeing catching,
Yeah,
future,
Yeah.
future money. Like,
Yeah. She was compared to the Blind Side woman.
Yeah.
You know, the movie
oh,
Blind
the movie
Side.
Blindside.
Yeah.
Who they did that kid bad in real life because it was based on a real life story.
Yeah.
And in real life, the kid never got adopted. Then they made the movie The Blind Side.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock was on it. Made shit ton of money. He never got anything. The kid, the black kid that this was based on. Yeah. But even he came out last year or 2 years ago.
I haven't
And
watched
he
it.
said his issue is not that he never got the money from the movie process or whatever, because he actually did have a professional career in football, American football. His biggest hurt is that they actually never adopted him. So they were just being like, yeah, we have this black kid, we're doing all this amazing things for him, sold the story, made so much money from the movie, etc. But he was like, no, but they actually never adopted me. It's like they basically, he felt used.
Yeah,
yeah.
would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Something caught my eye today. So there's this, I don't know if I'd call her an influencer. She has a fashion brand in Kenya. She's called Anita Gaitho, I think.
I know Anita Guy though.
Yeah, she has a serious studio is hers, no?
Didn't she used to be in media as well at some point?
Perhaps. I don't know. But I know her from my Instagram.
Okay.
She had put a story on her IG stories. Let me tell you, people are wild out here. She had a house help. Turns out this house help is a whole influencer on TikTok or whatever,
Oh, okay.
but using her clothes in her house.
Wow.
Like, yes.
That deserves a sound effect.
Yes. She was posting and she was saying she owns a fashion brand. So she would bring home samples, come with samples, like test and blah, blah, blah. And then, but then when they're doing like audits, she's like, why do I have so many outfits missing or things missing or whatever? She just thought, maybe this is just retail. Things just disappear. So whatever. And then I don't know how she got wind of what was happening. So she goes and now finds like this person's house helps like TikTok. Her outfits, her shoes, even her shoes were missing. Wow. She even started stealing. She started stealing her son's clothes.
Yeah.
And then this house help has a son, would put the son in the clothes and they do TikToks together.
Whoa.
That is... Yeah. So she wasn't leaving with the clothes. She was just using her...
No,
the
she
clothes.
was living with the clothes.
And bringing them back.
No.
Okay.
So sometimes she would bring them back if the lady complains too much, like, there's this outfit. Where is it? I've only worn it once. Why can't I find it? Then, like a few days later, she'll be like, it was in this closet. But she brought it back from her home. She had stolen it.
That's what I'm talking about. Round of applause for that one. Round of applause.
I tell you, like, I was seeing her IG story. I was just like, what?
So I bless her for her ingenuity.
Listen, 100%.
But I would not agree with the stealing bit.
No.
Yeah, if she was only doing
It to
TikToks,
put them on
or
and then
to put
bring them back.
on and be
No,
the
but she was
influencer.
stealing. The one
Yes,
she
yes.
would bring back is unless the lady
high-end
makes so
ones.
much noise and it's like, what's happening, whatever. But then she was stealing so much stuff. And this chick would think, my shoe rack, does it feel like some shoes are not there? But
Yeah.
she's not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
This chick was stealing. So when now she find her TikTok, she was stealing, shooting content in her own house. Then some days she'll shoot content in
In
the
the employer's
lady's house. Yes. And she had another house help. She had one, I think, who helps with whatever. The other house help was the one shooting now.
What?
When they're in the house, her house, the other one is the cameraman.
Come on.
I said, Lord.
Come on. They deserve every single follower.
It was mad. But then the story gets a bit dark.
Yeah.
Because I think how she got wind of this, maybe now somebody was telling her what this lady would say, is this lady, I think, at some point would even talk about, either maybe she would spread rumors about how this chick is trying to poison her husband or whatever. But it got a bit dark in terms of how this lady would talk about now her employer. That's why I was just like, who's up? Because it became a police case. It became a whole thing. But I was just
it's a very slippery slope when you start doing this. I see it as maybe her intentions were really good at the beginning. She just wanted the influencer lights and to wear nice clothes and, look good on camera because everybody is doing social media. And I think the slippery slope bit is the moment you start wearing the clothes that don't belong to you, you see the lights coming, then you start having this personality that you've tried to take off the other person. And now you become unakuwa kichwa ngumu, like you become big-headed.
And it feels like she was even like trying to copy the other person. So she would take her sayings.
Yes.
I don't know if that's not even stalker vibes. It's like someone trying to steal your life. Does that make sense?
Yes. And again, it's probably she had the best of intentions to begin with. I just want to look good, and I have access to this.
But
stuff.
it's, they were going to talk about something. Let's forget that. Now, let's talk about this. Because what is a good intention there? Because I struggle to say there was good intention. I don't see the good intentions bit. If the goal was for me to take these clothes, maybe let's say I'm not stealing.
Yes.
I'm just wearing them to take videos.
Yes.
To post on TikTok.
Media.
For what? So that can make me feel good.
Yes. That's your own intention.
That I don't think is a good intention. That I think now this whole, and I think I'll talk about this whole concept of influencer lifestyle when it comes to social media space. I understand the value of influencers, right? Influencers have changed so much of the game, right? For example, makeup. There's makeup I will not buy until I see some certain influencers talk about it, right? Because one, it saves you the effort of somebody says we have your shade color, and then you get there, you buy the product, then you find it is 10 shades lighter than you are, right? So there's this thing they give a humanity to products, right? So if you see this person swatch and they're like, oh, it feels this way, you're like, oh yeah, my skin is oily, that person's skin is oily, it saves me a lot of money. Because you people know, I used to be the person who will buy so much product, and in a year I'll tell you guys, come and take stuff, because you've bought the thing and then you realize, oh, it's a nice product, but my skin type is oily skin, or it's a combination skin. This product is not great for it. So I feel like influencers are necessary for things. What I'm worried about is we are now in a space where everyone wants to be an influencer, or wants to be to be
in the limelight.
For what? So
the same way, and for me this all depends. It depends, I guess, as our podcast is. Yes. So imagine back in the days, there were people who would be on social columns in newspapers, Sometimes they will go on the street and they would take pictures of these people, the photo shoots. There were people who were models, and you wanted to be on a billboard somewhere because you wanted that limelight. You wanted to be in a space where other people see you, the same way people chase fame. Now, when it comes to social media and influencing, and also helping market products in certain ways, there are people who do it generally because they want to make money via these platforms. It's become easier now. So you can collaborate with a company, you can test the product, then you can make your money. Or you can do it individually where you don't even need a collaboration because you just want to spread the word, yeah? So of what works for you, because sharing is caring. Yes. So this is where you find people like Jackie Aina, when they started doing makeup back in the days on YouTube, we loved what they were doing. They were not getting, were not getting paid. So that was their good intent. Their good intent was, maybe I just want to tell people this is what works. The good intent with this girl, maybe for her, she wanted to show her domestic managers, because they're called the domestic managers or the other house helps or somebody, this is how you can look good even though you're
No, she was never a domestic. Her persona was never a domestic manager. Ever.
Okay, so let's
someone living a high
luxurious
life. Yes.
Okay, so she was trying to take on a character that was not her. So her intention was probably just fame and limelight, not necessarily trying to spread goodwill about products or anything. It was to show off. And again, this has changed a lot in the last, let me say, since COVID, since we all became cooped up in our houses and we didn't know what to do with our lives, and TikTok came up. Because back before then, we had Instagram. So most of us were on Instagram taking photos of mountains and everything, and that's how we got our limelight. But now we focus the cameras on ourselves. Again, it's the limelight. Is it good? Is it bad? I think it's up to... I'm not for the person who goes and steals somebody's clothes, because stealing is bad. Yeah. But
when a lot of the time, these people who are getting this free stuff, if you just ask them.
Yes.
Because I've got a friend of mine who does this stuff, and like a lot of the stuff he doesn't even wear.
Yeah.
So he's like, take it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, what do you look at? You take this, I've got more stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time they'll give it, but I'm not his help. So I'm not like this woman who's going to steal the stuff and then bring it back to him. But, you know, a lot of the stuff, if you just ask somebody.
Yeah. That's why I don't think there was any good intentions. I think there was
good intentions for her. Maybe for her it was an escapism. She wanted a different life. She wanted a different life that she didn't have, and this was her only way of escaping and living differently. So those were society-wise, we may not look at it as good intention, but to her intentions were good to herself.
That's not right, because for a thief, even a murderer, the intentions are good to themselves.
Yes.
Even a thief.
But it all depends.
Even honestly. A scam artist. So we can say everything is good intention, because even a scam artist, if I want, the intentions are good for me.
Yeah.
I want a lot of money.
But what is wrong with being on the limelight? That's what I'm trying to... It's not about when you're hurting other people. You know that's a completely different story. If I'm hurting you and I'm taking away your life or even your money or something...
and it's an invasion of privacy.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying I do not agree with the stealing part. What I'm trying to say is she wanted the limelight.
Yes.
I have wanted the limelight. There's a time I was obsessed. I even had a website about traveling and everything. Yeah. I wanted the limelight. I wanted to show what I do on social media. So again.
But there's nothing wrong with her wanting the limelight.
Yeah.
If that's what she wanted, she could have done that. What does that have to do with her taking her employer's
But
stuff?
that's what I'm saying. Like, accessibility to the stuff for the limelight does not exist. So she had to pick whatever is near her.
That's not right. You're justifying bad behavior.
I'm not justifying bad behavior.
That's got nothing to do with this other side. Be the limelight. Because clearly she had the phone to do the shoots. She could have always been in the limelight.
Yes. Again, I'm in my own way of looking at it. It all depends, I guess. It all depends on, as long as you're not hurting another person. She did wrong to steal. She tried to copycat this person, and I believe for what's her name?
Anita Gaido. Yeah.
Anita Gaido.
Yeah.
That must have been quite scary.
Yeah, to discover
somebody wants to live your life. You don't know if they are harmful to you.
Yes.
Because
it got pretty dark. So that's where now the cops were involved as well. Because it seemed like there was other nefarious things that could have happened.
Yeah. So honestly, I feel sorry for what she had to go through.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is this was just a woman who wanted the limelight and she just did it all wrong.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Yeah.
So in the same vein, there was another one of and this, now that I've spoken about the limelight, because I feel a certain way about kids being put in the limelight.
Yeah.
But okay, there was this person who she didn't want her kids to be online, right? It's going to be when they're of age, they can decide. But then discovers, again, bumps, a friend tells her, like, oh, I see your kid is online. And she's like, what do you mean my kid is online? The house, domestic help,
Wow.
had a whole TikTok with content
Wow.
of her kid.
Wow. That's not right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
not
was
right.
like, why?
Yeah, that's not right.
And the one thing, again, interestingly, I don't know if it's interesting or not. I think it's odd. Kid content gets a lot of traction online.
Yeah.
Even there's a lot of influencers. What's his name? He's called Tim. God, I'll kill his second name. Chatarangsu or something like that. He's said that since he had a child, his content, whatever, he could be doing something dumb as long as the kid is in the video.
Yeah.
Man, he tripled the view, and he's got a massive following.
Yeah.
But I said kid content gets so much more traction online.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the algorithm. I don't know what the hell it is, but it gets a lot of traction online.
I noticed that as well.
Yes.
Because when I put up my little DJ videos, and I noticed that I'm not getting as much, but there's a friend of mine in Ireland. Whenever he puts his kid in the video,
A lot. It is insane.
and his baby is just hanging on the front of him
Yeah.
while he's scratching on the decks
Yeah.
and he's doing his thing, and he's getting 20, 30,000 views.
So I wonder, what is that? And if that's the algorithm, isn't that a bit messed up?
I think that's quite messed up. If okay, I know, for example, on YouTube, whenever you're uploading a video,
Yeah.
there's always the question: Is
Is this-
this made for
Yeah.
kids? Is this content? So I would imagine if you say this is not made for kids, okay, that doesn't make sense. Why would they push it more?
I do not understand it. There is some.
Is it that we want to consume more of that? Okay, when he uploads the video when he's scratching, of
Yeah.
course it's not kid content video specifically.
Well, it's music, so he plays hip hop, a lot of hip hop. So I'd say there's some aspect of the music is not.
For kids, so he
Not
would
for
not say,
kids.
yeah. So
he would not say it is
select-
for kids.
no,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what the demographic
Because
of
he'll be
people who watch-
babysitting
yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
So his other kid who's like a few, he's not a toddler, about 12, will be running around in the background. He's got the baby in front of him hanging, and he's just scratching there, and he's playing music, and he gets hundreds of thousands. Look for any other video, 10, 15, 1,500. That's it.
This really worries me because I was listening to something else about social media has brought all the great things, etc., and the internet, whatever. But they said one thing that social media has done has made it so much easier for pedophiles. They
Oh,
don't
yes,
have to
definitely.
work to look for
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
We are serving it at their feet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I think now, actually, how old is the internet now? Or at least how old is like YouTube or...
Since
Because I think, I'm
2008.
curious, kids who are put on, let's say I have a kid 10, 15 years ago, and I started doing like, what do they call them? Like family influence, what they call them?
Yeah, the family vlogs. And
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was doing all these vlogs. This kid is a kid, right? So
Yeah.
they don't have
Much of a say. at
they
that
don't
point.
have a say on whether
Yeah.
they're there online
Yeah,
or not, or they're visible.
Yeah.
So I've created all this content with this child is always there, and it's like, oh, now they're teething, and now they're of age, and they're talking, and I'm telling them to do whatever, say this, or whatever, right? I wonder now that maybe they're 15 or 16, how are they doing
there are some
emotionally.
There are some who've actually come back and sued the parents.
Ah.
Yes, there are some. I've seen some content online around that. Because when YouTube like rolled out and people who tapped onto family vlogs and they had young kids, probably maybe 5, 6 or 7 thereabouts. Now these kids are way almost in their 20s.
Yeah.
Some parents made a lot of money from this content and never put a trust for these kids. So these kids are coming into the world broke. Well, they've spent most of their time in front of cameras. Again, their lives are very scripted. Like you would have to go wake up. Okay, no, that's not a good capture. Wake up again.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Wake up again. Like the kids' lives became so scripted that even the child was not allowed to live a normal, free life where you're just being, you know? Everything had to be specific for the camera. I may have to find some of the cases, but I followed some cases where those kids,
I wonder, this is where I sometimes think, I don't know if I don't know if I should blame tech companies, but I think there could be more stringent laws, but I think there's a reason why they aren't there.
Okay.
Because if you have a child in a TV show, for example, or in a movie, there's very strict rules.
Yes.
The number of hours they can work in a day, the set condition, all these different things, right? So it's a very, very strict thing.
Yeah.
Then here comes family vlogging, kid fluencers, whatever you call it. And it's just, like I was seeing a documentary expose the other day on this lady who had a few kids. And I think she either adopted them, and they used to have on YouTube, like a video game of like water guns or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the actual kids. So it's like they're playing with each other, their siblings. And it's like, Carol, I am chasing Tando, so go to the left, blah, blah, blah. They used to get millions of views. Then there was a call to the police one of the days, and the police goes to the house, and it's the house of this mom who has this many kids, and they had millions of views. Those kids used to be put in a room and starved.
Wow.
Yes. If you do something wrong, you're put in this room, you're starved, and you're there locked in the room for like 3-4 days so they're using that as also their bathroom.
Yeah.
So they came and found those kids in terrible conditions. I think she's serving time.
Wow.
And those kids had been taken away. But turns out by the time these people had called the CPS or something to this lady for a few times. This was not the first time the cops had come. It was just one officer who was just like, no, something has to be done. I understand, because also the child foster system is it's bogged down by so many children. So if you find somebody who wants to take the kids, they want to try their level best to not have those kids taken out system. Again, right?
Yeah.
Or back in the system.
Yeah.
But then you're finding things like this happening. There's no. It's like I'm. At what point, if truly some of these companies are like have an ethos that is to be for the benefit of people or whatever, there needs to be laws.
Yeah.
That I think if we have age of consent for sex, age of legal drinking, there should be an age below which you can't have your child on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, privacy and security.
Yes,
when we do some
it's
of this.
only once they are 16 that is considered the age of consent to be online. We take out all kid content online, every single kid's content online. But I think that won't happen because it makes these companies a shit ton of money.
Yeah, if they're pushing, if people are consuming content that has kids in it, it already means there's the algorithm has already been trained to push for you that content.
Yeah.
So you will keep seeing puppies and kids, cats, kids. You know, there will always be that combo.
Give me puppies and cats.
Yeah.
It's fine. But kids should not. There needs to be a point there are no kids online.
That combo of cats and kids, or kids and dogs
and puppies,
like that. I definitely DJ if you want your videos to go,
Borrow a kid.
I've got a friend who lives next door to me. He's got such a cute kid.
Yes.
I'm going to stick him in the videos and see how
and
much.
also get
But
the
you
dog.
see, the good thing is
Get a dog as
for
well.
them, the kid can't be online, which I fully agree with.
Yeah.
the kid
They
can't
don't
be
want
online.
the kid
Yeah.
online. So, which is, I respect that.
I have a friend with a puppy.
We have
Tell them why you can't have the puppy on your videos.
I don't like puppies in my house. I don't like animals in my house. I just don't like it.
It's an animal.
We're getting you on the limelight.
Yeah.
don't
Suck
like
it up. Put that puppy there.
No,
Put a puppy.
It's not for
Let's
me.
do a social experiment.
It's not for me.
Every 2 seconds, just try to stroke. Just pretend that you like to stroke
People
the
will
puppy.
see it's fake. People can see straight through that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be shaking and throwing my hands
Wait, are
slowly.
you afraid of dogs?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I had some bad incidences when I
Okay.
was younger.
Yeah.
There's a dog. Well, it was partly our fault because we used to taunt this dog walking by every day. And then at one point in Zimbabwe, like sometimes the range of the gate is so far. So
Yeah.
he was down the road that side. He presses the gate is now opening. Us assuming that, look, there's no way this dog is going to get out. Like every other day, we'll taunt it and we'll walk by and then everything is going to be fine. This
the
time,
gate was open.
the gate opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to be a chubby kid, Yeah, I was mildly overweight. Well, yeah. So
So
mild.
you were the last one.
Yeah, I was the last one.
Did they bite?
Yeah,
or-
no, it wasn't. We were all riding bikes, but
Okay.
I had to drop the bike because I felt the bike wasn't going fast enough. So I thought, let me try and run. Turned out not to be the greatest idea.
Did you get a beep at the dog?
Yeah, on my knee.
Oh, wow.
I've got the scar right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was fun times. But look, you live and you learn.
Okay. So I understand the phobia now.
Yeah,
Dogs
tough
are
times never
yeah,
last. Only tough people.
Oh my God. No, I think kids should be taken offline. I
Yeah.
know. It's really, I don't know. It makes me feel very icky about how it's just consumed so much and
Yeah.
that there's still no regulations around it.
I saw.
It's just the Wild West.
Yeah, I saw there are very many TikTok content creators who have small kids and especially young girls. And somebody started an expose of actually going through this TikTok accounts and looking who the followers of this accounts are. And it turns out these mommy bloggers with their little kids wearing their tatas and everything, the followers are men, middle-aged men. The big dynamic of those people following those accounts are 70% is men.
Oh, so it's not even other moms.
No.
Whoa.
And there's something about TikTok where if you put a video out, you can see who is saving. Like you can see the saves you're getting.
Yeah.
If you find men are saving videos of your kid, because you can save a video. If men are saving video of your kid dancing around, who's probably like 3 or 4. You should already have a problem to something to think about. So some of these were approached. There was a lady who did a lot of work on TikTok, and she exposed this. She approached some of the mommy bloggers and was like, did you know the followers are this kind of people?
Yeah.
Or do you know, like, probably the people who are saving your videos are like this?
Yeah.
Some of them, this is the only way they make money. Some were like, yep, we know. But so there are parents who knowingly actually put out that content and make the content a little bit spicy to attract those people.
Oh.
They're people who do that. Yes.
I saw this someone on Instagram saying, I don't know what ridiculous thing had happened. And then they're like, man, when is that asteroid going to hit this Earth? That's how I feel. I'm like, when is the asteroid going to hit Earth?
Yeah.
And we start afresh. Because what have we become?
Yeah. If you can knowingly actually put content out and you knowing who's consuming this content and their intentions are not Hail Mary, like let's pray for the world.
Yeah.
No, they have other bad intentions. So, yeah. So there's
And this kid is just living their life.
yes,
And now down the line, they get to be of age.
yes,
And especially if you're being put in a position where you're being made to act spicy.
yes.
Is it any wonder that, because I think we do sexualize kids a lot. When at time we sexualize kids, it is insane. So are we then surprised that then people are like, oh, I feel like these kids are getting too sexual too young, or wanting to look too grown too young? I'm like, you're surprised.
Or even have you seen the number of kids wearing makeup at 7, 8?
Yeah.
They already have, there was actually a big issue where people were saying going to Sephora, you would be tackled by 9 and 8-year-olds because they're busy buying. Yes.
And brands starting to make makeup for kids.
For kids. So you're already exposing them to what they should look like, and keeping them on the limelight, whether offline or online, Yeah. So the world has learned how to capitalize on kids. And I think that's why, even though you and I are thinking we need to do something about the algorithm, the consumers are there who want this content. Capitalists have decided now we're going to make makeup and everything for kids. So they're already exposing them pretty young. The people who are creating the content online, the mommy bloggers, they're paid a lot of money. Do you know how much they make actually?
They do get paid a lot of money.
Yes, out of these videos. So if that's how you're financing your life.
Man. Yeah, if there was a way that... I feel like of all the regions or places I've lived in, I've felt that the EU has always done a much better job than other regions in trying to protect citizens. I do hope we see something whereby there's a ruling or there's something where they say, no, actually, we're going to decide this age of digital consent.
Actually,
is 17 or 16.
Yeah.
Because if everything else has a thing where you cannot drink, you cannot blah, 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 there should be an age of digital consent, regardless of there's no caveat like, yeah, it can, but you can have an account if it's done by your parents. No, nothing.
Yeah.
The account is yours, but you can only get it when you're 16, and there is no kid content online.
Yeah.
So your AI models, whatever it is, any video comes up and it's pulled down. Where we live in a world where there is no, because we grew up in a world with no internet.
Yeah, that's true.
The only time you see people's babies is you go to the house to see the baby.
You don't even have a time. You didn't even have a photo to take. You just have to remember.
You just have to remember.
Yeah.
And the only way I know how I look like a kid is a photo album somewhere in a drawer at the bottom somewhere.
Where you're black and white.
Where I'm black and white. You can't tell. Is that me or my brother? Can't tell you the difference. But we should go back, because it's not unheard of. We never saw other people's kids unless you went and saw them physically.
Yeah.
We should just move to a point where there is no digital content, none, about no kids. Your Instagram will kidless.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
That's the world I think we should be in, because I think we're really fucking it up for these kids coming up.
When I think most of the stuff that I'm actually talking about, the mommy bloggers and the family vlogs, are usually very American-centric. I haven't seen a lot of that in Europe, and definitely I haven't seen a lot of Kenyan content around there. I know it is there, it's minimal, but I don't know if it's something that we might have to look out for, because, again, when you start doing this in our own backyard in Kenya and Africa, I know the content is there, but it's not as big as the out there.
I think
I'm seeing it. It's a free for all at that point. You never know.
Yeah, because in Kenya, I know a few influencers who put their kids online. I think also what worries me a lot about our country is because our laws are not that well structured.
Yes.
And this gets my goat all the fucking time, is this people who come to take images or pictures to donate to Africa and hunger.
Yeah.
It's always some kid who's naked, having a grand old time, playing in the mud. But someone is like, oh, look at this child. Does not even have clothes. No, the child is good.
Yeah.
But that's a picture that you will see.
The child is well fed, actually very plump.
It's
cheeks.
round cheeks. It's so fucking. I'm like, this is a measure of a happy child.
Just because they were hot that day.
They were hot, or they have mucus on their face. It's fine.
You
is
know, there's speaking of this, I applaud this. I think it was he's a vlogger, travel vlogger. It's called Drubinski or something like that. Travels around. He's done all the 92 countries. He
Drew
does.
Shinsky.
Yeah, Drew.
Shinsky.
Not Shinsky.
No?
Drew.
Drew Shinsky, no?
Oh, the one.
He's traveled to all the European countries, all the countries in the world.
All the countries in the world,
Yeah,
and
I
he
think-
does small skits of like, I was here, I was here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of DJ Shinsky.
I was thinking of DJ Shinsky. I was like, ooh, okay. But yeah, so one of the skits he was, one of the little video compilation he put together was the worst experience he's ever had. So he went, I think it was Cameroon or Congo, I think Cameroon. And then he got lost, like he lost his, the person who was taking him around. And I think he didn't speak French or the language there. And then he entered a public transport bus. And then he saw the face of a cute kid. He decided he wants to take a picture.
See, that's some shit that.
Do you know they almost mob justiced him?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And to him, like when he was traveling to Africa, it had been normalized that you
But
just
you
go,
just take pictures
you
of
just take
people,
pictures of
people's
kids.
children
Yes.
randomly.
Yes.
And it's funny because the community now is the one that has to do the protecting.
Yes.
There should be laws.
Yes.
That's because in South Africa is very strict. Even when I was previously employed, any project that required like taking pictures, they have very strict laws that even if I'm taking a picture of your store,
Yeah.
and a kid happens to walk by and somebody like that picture, either you have to delete it. Because if someone is like, hey, you took a picture of that kid, you will be you'll be taken to court for any picture taken of a child will lead to assumptions of like pedophilic nature.
Yeah.
So they have laws that try to take care of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have those laws.
Well, we don't have, definitely in Kenya, we don't have those laws. And good enough for this community in Cameroon that they didn't mob justice the guy, but he was in the brink of it. Like he had to be rescued.
Yeah,
from
and it's because he was socialized.
He was socialized to think
To see these things of whenever you see or raise money for people are starving or whatever, it's always kids who are put there. And I'm like, those kids should not be put there.
Yeah.
I remember when I was based in Dublin, it's one of the things we did because I used to be part of DI for a while. The first thing we did is I told folks, if you ever see someone saying, oh, there's famine in Somalia, whatever, if it has an image of a black person or a child, tell them to pull it down. And by the time I left, they never did that shit anymore. I was like, no, pull it down.
Yeah.
I remember there was once it was a hunger in Yemen. And I asked them, where is Yemen? It's Middle East. Is that what the people look like? No, where is this image from? Oh, we just got it on Google search. I was like, pull that shit down.
Yeah. We have to police.
Yeah.
You have to be the
Because
custodian
a lot of these things, we don't realize how
Yeah.
much it socializes people's minds to be like, oh, when you're in Africa, you can just do whatever because no.
Again, yeah.
Drew Binsky.
Drew Binsky, yes,
Binsky,
he's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Limelight was our episode.
Yeah, it was. Let us petition for a child-free internet.
Yes,
Please.
yes,
That's
child-free
like, because I know.
Yeah.
As adults, we are clearly not making the right decisions for ourselves.
Yeah.
We should not even leave it to parents or some adults to make. No.
Yeah.
Let there be an age of digital consent.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah. And if you yourself want to be in the limelight, do it the right
do
way.
it.
Don't go stealing.
Don't go
other
stealing people's
stuff.
I know that girl is. Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
Okay, cool.
All right.
See you on the next one.